This year was such a dry year for us on our farms. We've had multiple times where we have like microbursts, storms that come through. Even though we use cover crops on our farm, we still have erosion and that topsoil that runs off during those storms.
Yeah, it really is horrifying, and we've definitely seen the same effects here in North Carolina. You aren't just getting 100-year storms. Those 100-year storms are coming every few years. So it has huge implications when our farmers aren't able to get things to market at the time that they should be and aren't able to meet those requirements for their contracts.
If we are going to preserve Georgia's number one produce is agriculture, if we're going to preserve it, we're going to have to come together to do this. And so we're going to have to make sure that we encourage farmers to build in some more resiliency. We're going to have to make sure that we actually help farmers recover from any number of the hurricanes and tornadoes that have come through. And so we are seeing more and more bipartisan work. You're seeing more urban legislators, which I am an urban legislator, who are getting informed and learning and able to really have an impact and a say in how do we help small farmers. And so when you have constituents coming to you and saying, hey, I'm growing on an acre of land and I can't get support in the same way that someone who is growing on 100 acres does, but I'm feeding my neighborhood. I think it's been that kind of outpouring of local constituents in urban areas, in places that often had not been represented around ag, stepping up and saying, we need to care about these issues.
I think a lot about just food scarcity, and we all have seen the projections. We all know the time is going to come. You cannot create more land. So I think it's by design where we've been forced to do that. You have to look at other options of how you're going to grow your food, and a lot of that includes urban areas.
I remember very distinctly, I was 5 years old, and my parents taking me out to plant pecan trees. And they said to me, we are planting these trees for you. We may never live to see the fruit of our labor. We are planting them for you. And I think that farmers are uniquely positioned to understand the long game. I understand every single one of those dollars is a seed that I'm planting for 2 generations, 3 generations, 4 generations to come.